Hello, it's Adam, Ross, and Jack from Cultaholic here with our 9 pitches for Extreme Rules on Sunday night. How are we doing, boys?
I'm all right.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Good.
Are you excited for Extreme Rules?
Yeah, I am actually. I think it's a pretty strong card. I'm not too keen on the main event, assuming that it is the mixed tag. But other than that, it's good. There's a lot to get excited about.
But did you hear about Seth and Becky?
Here we go. So Ross is kicking things off. What is your first pitch?
We didn't mention this is what we want to happen.
Oh,
not what
sorry,
we think will
bloody
happen.
catchphrase. This is what we want to happen. You've done it already.
Not what we think will happen. So
to
I
happen.
want, in that main event, that men on men and women on women rule to be scrapped.
Okay.
Because it's professional wrestling. It's simulated combat. These people in the ring are working together to keep each other safe and not kill each other. They are acting, essentially. It's a performance.
Yes.
It's not a real fight. Thank
you for explaining this.
I know. Well, it's
What?
Someone backstage in WWE. Well, I guess it's the sponsors, isn't it?
It is.
And it's obviously everything up to a man just going like that in a woman's face surely has to be fair game. I can see why that doesn't happen. Because obviously that sends a horrible message to the kids and whatnot. But a scoop slam, a hurricane rana, proper wrestling moves, surely they can fly.
A curb stomp from Seth Rollins to Lacey Evans.
Bad example.
Well, no, it's a fair point though.
Yeah.
Do you want to see that?
Not a curb stomp, no.
So you're saying you need to be careful with it still?
There's a line somewhere, and some moves like the curb stomp are over that line, but there's a lot of stuff that's underneath that line. And obviously, as we saw this week's Raw, we had the mixed tag elimination match, whereby obviously this isn't an elimination match on Sunday, but to eliminate somebody else from that match on Monday was to eliminate yourself because men can't wrestle the women and vice versa.
Yeah, it's crap.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think there's maybe a matter of compromise here because you are going to lose sponsors. There will be sponsors there that pull out. You're going to lose your Snickers. You're going to lose your Skittles, your Fruity Pebbles.
Fruity. Delicious.
So, in exchange, you're going to get an extra Saudi Arabia show a year, Ross. Are you happy with that?
How have you just... Hang on. What's it doing?
Where have you put that from?
They've lost 50 million on
Where
sponsors.
are you getting these figures from?
From my mind.
They might lose. They might lose Snickers, and they might lose whatever other example you use there. But they might gain like MTV or like Pornhub or something a bit more mature. You know,
all right,
a bit more for mature audiences.
I was being flippant there. Yeah, I like it.
Facetious.
I think, sorry, Jack.
You've been facetious.
I was being facetious.
Flippant's different. Yeah,
thanks, Jack,
sorry.
for ruining it. So yeah, it's a yes
So
from me.
where's your stance in intergender wrestling?
Well, yeah, because I know it's not real, and I would assume that 90% of the audience watching at home know it's not real. It's just the kids that don't know it's real. You'd have to be mental to watch wrestling and not realise that it's not quite real. So yeah, I think it's completely reasonable. So yeah, it's a yes from me.
My stance on intergender wrestling changes from promotion to promotion. There's somewhere like Lucha Underground where it's clearly just this massively cartoonish unit, fine, or like sillier indies and stuff. When it comes to WWE, I think gradually we'll see a shift more towards intergender stuff. But I don't know if it would seem a bit jarring right now although thinking about it, what's the best mixed tag match in recent memory? Triple H and Steph against Ronda, and
Ronda was throwing Triple H.
one of the most
around
thrilling
there.
bits was I'm going to say yes as well.
I was just thinking, like, how are they going to work it? Obviously, like, it isn't an elimination match. It's just not as far as we know, it's a stat. No, it's not.
It's Extreme Rules as well. So really,
It's gonna be
they
a
don't need
tornado
to be
tag.
tagging in and out.
Yeah.
Is it tornado? They haven't said tornado. I don't think.
If it's an Extreme Rule, surely it must just be a tornado. I mean, tornado rules, like not stood on the side holding the tag rope.
I guess it's Extreme Rules with the one rule being that you have to tag in and out. They haven't quite made it clear yet.
No.
It doesn't feel very
So
extreme.
it could just be a case of being 2 singles matches within a tag match.
Yeah.
And then first pinfall or submission wins, essentially.
It's almost like it's a bad idea. Maybe. So
They have backed themselves into a corner with their rules.
yeah, completely unnecessarily as well. But yeah, it's a yes from me.
It's a yes from me too.
Good.
Jack, you're up.
My first one concerns AJ Styles versus Ricochet for the US title. Now, it's a difficult one because it's one of those feuds where you don't want either guy to lose. AJ's just turned heel, he's got the momentum, but Ricochet's just won the belt, he's also got momentum. You don't want one of them to be sacrificed for the other. I think a way around this is to have Ricochet lose because Styles will win with the help of Finn Balor setting up to Sweetness and all that. And then we've got a proper Bullet Club faction. And get them on SmackDown. Bischoff will love that. He'll run with it.
Is there a comparison you're thinking of there?
No, just because Bischoff's got experience. Yes, it is. Yeah, the NWO. upon which the Bullet Club are entirely based.
Do you think it takes something away from Finn? Who's the top guy in that stable?
It would that could lead to a further storyline 2 years down the line, Adam.
Sure.
A fight for control of the Bullet Club. But I don't know, because Finn founded the Bullet Club, but Styles was like the IWGP Heavyweight Champion in the Bullet Club. You could probably say he's the top dog.
Maybe they're just like the social outcasts, all on the same level.
Yeah. I don't want to see...
Or the core.
I'm not excited about the club reunited.
Oh, you're not?
No, not at all, because I think Bullet Club as it is now is a little bit of a dead brand.
Oh my God!
What? It is, isn't
Have
it?
you not been watching what's been going on elsewhere? You can't say that.
Why?
We're going to go to something and Haki will swing for us.
All right, fair. But it's certainly not what...
They took us for dinner in Japan.
Yeah, fair. But I wasn't there. I didn't...
We got invited.
All right.
They were lovely to us. Shout out Tama
Okay,
Tonga.
right. Well, I don't think the hype is there with the Bullet Club anymore. Maybe I could have worded that a bit
They
better.
missed the boat on it. If they'd done it straight away when AJ got in and Finn.
Yeah, exactly that. And it would just be not as good as it was in Japan. With those 4 guys, maybe they start recruiting new people, but doesn't that put more eyes then on the Bullet Club that exists now as well?
Yeah, but it's just what I want to happen.
Sure.
You keep on. You've lost 3 sponsors there, Jack. Now you keep on grounding it in a miserable reality.
All right, let's just say yes to absolutely everything then, because it's all fun, isn't it? No, but these things, like if these things are going to happen,
no, you're right.
There are negatives to points as well, right?
Yeah. So
Stop fighting.
So I reckon.
I feel like Matthew.
I lost my temper at him once, which is
once on camera.
Well, yeah, that's very true. I reckon it'd be exciting for WWE's product. I think the best thing WWE could do in this landscape with these exciting promotions popping off all over the place is to embrace it and just kind of not shy away from the fact that we got this faction in who are successful elsewhere, and just go for it and say, we're the Bullet Club, let's have yous. And then take over for a bit on SmackDown, maybe put the belt on AJ, Finn's the IC champion for a bit, and then there's infighting or something later, further down the line. I just feel like it would also help. Ricochet could start a coalition of happy babyface lads to take them on. I don't think it should take over the entire thing like NWO did, because that was its downfall in the end. I think they should keep it fairly small in terms of numbers, and just maybe like... It would just be refreshing. Maybe keep it to one brand, but the brand split's dead now anyway.
You know what? I do like the idea of a faction holding both mid-card titles and having a presence on both brands. I think that would be a really good thing if AJ were to capture the US title and then Finn retains the IC title. Not that he's defending.
There's no matches there. I was thinking this.
No, not yet.
Not yet. If there was, I'd suggest that you should win earlier in the night and then come out and.
But that would be nice, and then to have a bit. And as long as it doesn't overtake either of the shows and it doesn't.
I know. But it would, wouldn't it? You just know it would.
If it was successful, yeah, it would for a bit, for sure.
Yeah.
Ross, how do you feel about this?
I'm all for it because it does my head in that they didn't go all in, no pun intended, on the Bullet Club, or the club back in 2016. They sort of dipped their toe in, like, oh, there they are, they're doing their things, and they got some merchandise, but they never went anywhere with it, and it pains me. It's like they could just do it as good as they can, or give it their all, and that will just shut up a part of the fan base who bring that up every single time. Oh, New Japan did that well, but they didn't. WWE do it well. That just shuts part of the argument up. Because again, it's the taking. That's a different argument for a different day. But I just wanted to go all in it and then just see where they can take it. But yeah, that's just my opinion.
Also, I think the moment for it was WrestleMania 32. That main event, Triple H and Roman Reigns. I kept looking towards the entrance to see when the Bullet Club were going to come down. I was like, what?
That would have saved that ending.
Never mind.
I think it's a yes from me.
Ooh.
Yeah.
A tentative yes.
Yeah, I think so. Just because I'm just thinking about, have we had a stable that kind of crosses both brands? Not in recent memory. I mean, the WWE just hates stables anyway for some reason, despite the fact that they're great. I don't think there has been, has there? So I really like the idea of that.
At the minute, the brand thing's such a muddy situation. I don't actually know how it would work.
Yeah,
it'll change in October. It's got to change because then Raw and SmackDown are actually competing against each other because they're on different networks.
It'll be a concrete.
So this is going to be just a weird sort of 8-month period or whatever, just nonsense.
It's got to be, hasn't it? Because surely networks are a big deal over, like more so in America than they are here, aren't they?
Yeah.
So it's got to be cut in half properly soon.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a yes from me.
Thank you.
Same.
Yes.
Mine relates to Finn Balor, in fact, and that is that Finn Balor versus Shinsuke Nakamura is not added to the card. First off, because we've already got 10 matches on this card. That's plenty for an Extreme Rules. That is probably too many for an Extreme Rules, actually. And it would be so easy to say, hey, Nakamura beat Finn clean on Tuesday night on SmackDown, so hey, he's earned his title match. But actually, it's a match that I'd like to see have a little bit more of a build. And normally I would say, hey, this needs to be super personal and everything. But actually, I think it can just be about who's the better wrestler.
Is it super personal?
No, that's what I'm saying. It doesn't need to be.
Yeah.
I normally like the Samoa Joe AJ stuff where it got all personal. That's great. I love that. I mean, it was crap in the end. But I'd like to see this just be about who is the better wrestler and have that as the entire focus of the Intercontinental title. Who is the best wrestler? Because especially on SmackDown, you've got all of these great underutilized talents like Andrade, Ali. You've got there Aleister Black's just about to come back. All of those people, they seem perfect for the mid-card title, and I think all of those guys together could absolutely make that work and make it a really, really important thing. So I would keep that storyline going, have Nakamura back as this intense, strong style guy. The thing that we love about Shinsuke Nakamura that he's not shown in like a year or so, I guess now, he's just been kicking people in the dick. So I'd like to see that Shinsuke, the Shinsuke that we saw on Tuesday night, and just build all the way to SummerSlam for that match and make it feel like a big deal rather than a literal last-minute addition to the card, which wouldn't be exciting.
It's like there could be an upper mid-card version of the SmackDown 6.
Yeah.
Nakamura, Finn, Andrade, Ali, Cesaro, Black. I think.
Yeah.
Apollo Crews.
Gable is on SmackDown.
Are
I'd
they
like to
all
see Gable
Murphy?
in there. Oh yeah, I forgot Murphy was there.
Oh,
What
the
a mess.
SmackDown 9.
Right.
That sounds like some people who've been implicated in a crime. Free the SmackDown 9.
Poor Rusev watching on the side as well. Poor bastard.
He's
is
dead.
it a yes or a no?
It contradicts my ability, yes.
Thank you.
I look at this from the standpoint of someone who doesn't watch NXT and doesn't know the history between Balor and Nakamura, because the story we've been told so far is that Balor was like, I want a challenger, and Nakamura was just walking down the corridor at the exact right time and then jumped in the shot and then was like, oh yeah, I'll do it. That's the story so far. Mm-hmm. And Nakamura was amazing on Tuesday night. It was the Nakamura of 26, well, you know, the Nakamura of old. But I want more of the story, me.
Okay.
So I fully agree. There should be no match on Sunday, and we need to see them more, both men, more on Tuesday nights.
What would you have them doing in the lead up to, I guess, SummerSlam?
That's not my call. I'm not a creative team member.
Fair enough.
I'm not clever enough to be
yet.
a member of the creative team. Creative team. Even if they have nicked a couple of my things over the fact.
Ross, you're up.
I want. Oh God, Sasha Banks, just come back.
Oh.
Just on Sunday, just come back. I'm sick of logging on my computer every day and seeing, oh, Sasha's doing this, Sasha's doing that. What does it mean? She's having a go at Vince McMahon by going here and seeing this person and taking this foot. I'm tired. It's been 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 weeks, months, years, I don't know. It's been going on for way too long. They've teased with Nikki Cross's promo on Monday how Bayley hasn't got she needs to find a friend to slap her in the face. Hasn't got a friend like Alexa Bliss, who's as loyal and humble or whatever she said, and then they said something else on SmackDown I've forgotten about. That was all. They've teased it, they dangled the carrot, and now Sasha needs to turn into a carrot and just appear, please.
Why is it always
I don't know.
George Miz turning into a potato?
Sasha is that carrot.
Right.
And they've dangled her there. Just snip it off and let her fall into the ring.
I don't know how you guys feel about it. I don't miss her tremendously.
I don't at all. It's just the fact it's just every day you log on and she's been somewhere else and it's, oh, what message is this she's sending? She's liked a tweet. Oh, the world's going to end. And I'm just getting bored of it all. I just want it to either go away or come back.
Yeah, I agree with that, but I'm just not sure I want her to come back to WWE.
Oh.
I'd quite like it to pop up on my newsfeed tomorrow that she's been granted her release, which is seemingly what she wants, and then she can go and do something else, have a bit of a clean slate, because if she comes back, I think it's just going to be a bit of a mess again. I don't want to see her reinserted into the Bayley stuff. I've enjoyed the Bayley in the last, 4 weeks. It feels like sort of NXT Bayley. I'm really into it. This week maybe is an exception, because she wasn't that good. But I just don't want Sasha coming back and maybe throwing her toys out the pram. I don't know the specifics. This is really hard to comment on, isn't it?
It does your head in what you do and don't know, and what some people saying one thing, other people are contradicting that. Then there's a third opinion. It's just boring.
It is boring.
I just want it to come to an end. And if that means her appearing on Sunday, good. And if it means her leaving, good. I just want an end to the madness.
So what's your pitch to
My pitch is for her to appear, or not appear, or get released. My pitch is for her to appear because the carrot's been dangled twice this week, and so just deliver.
No,
No?
for me. I think judging by the sounds of it, I'm probably the biggest Sasha fan out of the three of us. I think she's amazing. I think she's a very good wrestler.
Yeah, agreed.
And I think if I was that good, and I'd been promised this like prestigious tag title reign and all the rest of it, I fully understand why she's annoyed. I think I'd much rather see her not turn up and then become like the Moxley of the AEW women's division. Not in terms of character, but in terms of turning up and having this new lease of life. I reckon she'd just be such a valuable asset for AEW to have.
I agree. Mm-hmm. I just want all this rumour and innuendo to come to an end.
Just want it to stop.
I know.
I think the same as Jack in that, as well, if she comes back, she's going to come back in that Bayley, Nikki, Alexa match. And I think it just muddies the water. I think there's enough of a storyline there already that her inclusion in that match would just mess it up. And then you're probably going to get... Are they going to reform as a tag team and just go back for the tag titles?
She could just save Bayley then turn on her.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be a good match. Sasha and Bayley against, presumably, Asuka and Kairi if they win.
Yeah, it would be good to see them on TV as well.
Yes, it would.
Yeah, go on, because as you say, it just puts whatever. If she comes back, it's fine. She's back, and then she can.
I mean, if she comes back and it is used properly, it's a win because, as Jack said, she's amazing. But if she goes away to AEW or something and starts doing what she wants to do, it's a win as well.
Yeah.
Just something needs to happen. Something's got to give, Adam.
Yeah, I'm with you, Jack.
I'm sticking with the same match, but it's not about Sasha Banks. I want to see Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss. I want to see Alexa on the verge of beating Bayley, and Nikki throws her out the ring and pins Bayley, and she's been manipulating the situation all along. Ooh. I think that it would be good to see Nikki as just this like top dog heel on SmackDown. I don't know where it would leave Alexa as a babyface because she's obviously leagues better as a heel than she is a face. But
I don't know the pop she gets.
Yeah.
Noticeably louder than most of the ladies and most of the men. Quite frankly, on Raw and SmackDown.
Oh, she's one of the best on the mic in the company. But I'd like to see just a little twist on because I found this storyline to be a bit predictable if it's going where we all think it's going, which is that Nikki will find out that Alexa's been, manipulating her, and then they'll have a match, and then Nikki will win, and hooray. But I'd rather see Nikki be the one, because she's been acting strange, hasn't she? She's been all kind of reserved and nice, and I'd like to see her just fully go no. Or maybe it hasn't been manipulating the situation. Maybe she sees the belt or something, it just triggers something in her, and then she goes crazy. In fact, can I change it to that? Yeah. Can I change it to that one? Am I allowed? Cheers. Can I do that instead?
She sees the belt and goes crazy.
She turns
it into Tommaso Ciampa.
she's got the belt, or like the belt's involved somehow. Alexa's tried to use it, and then Nikki gets it, and she's about to throw it out the ring. She's like, "Oh, ref's down." She just nails Alexa with it, nails Bayley with it, goes crazy. Pin.
And then she betrays Alexa in saying that we're not the joint champions. I'm the champion because I got the pinfall.
Yeah. And then if that's not an official ruling, they can have a unification match which Nikki wins or something like that.
Yeah, I really like it. I don't have too much to add to that. I think
same.
It's really good.
I think that's where they're going with it, me personally. Yeah, I
love it.
Nikki's seen Alexa use up and spit out Mickie James. She's seen Alexa use up and spit out Nia Jax. She's not going to be used up and spat out.
I don't think that makes her a heel either at all. I think
in fact, she didn't necessarily need to be the heel.
She's outsmarted Alexa, who is the heel.
Yeah.
And then she's a babyface, and I think she is a better babyface than a heel.
Nikki.
We've not seen that much of it, the heel stuff. I guess obviously Sanity was sort of tweenery more than heels, perhaps.
But she was the face in the feud with Shayna.
Yeah, true. Yeah,
she was good there. Yeah, that was good. When she passed out smiling.
Yeah, no, I think as a face she's great. Just because I find her really, really likable, and her offense is quite fun to watch.
Yeah,
it's not really heelish.
Yeah,
but it's still cool. So it's a yes from me.
Cheers.
My next one is regarding Samoa Joe and Kofi Kingston, but also the triple threat tag team title match, the SmackDown match.
Okay.
I think this has been built really nicely. Samoa Joe's point at the moment is that Kofi is a liar, that he is relying on the New Day very heavily as far as his success goes. That Kofi is a fraud. So, to prove his point, Samoa Joe is going to take out the New Day from that match, sending a very clear message, continuing with Samoa Joe's mind games, which is his, I guess, whole thing at the moment. So he comes into that match, it looks like the New Day are about to win, and Uranagi, Daniel Bryan and Rowan retain the tag team titles, probably pinning the New Day there because it's triple threat rules and he's allowed to do that anyway. Or I guess they pin Heavy Machinery, but I'd rather not see Heavy Machinery pinned. I'd rather see Samoa Joe do that and he just pins them. And then he looks down the hard cam and he just calls out Kofi Kingston for later in the night saying, you've not got your boys anymore. They're not there. This leads on to the match itself. Joe he's gotten Kofi's mind. Kofi is shook, I believe people say. And he gives him his biggest challenge to date. And it's a great competitive match, which Kofi ends up winning. He has then proven that he is the valiant fighting champion. It continues his strong booking. I'm enjoying the fact that we've got a WWE champion who is being booked very strongly. And he's defeated Samoa Joe, who still looks badass because after the match he gets up, Coquina clutch, and he makes Kofi pass out. Kofi is laid out on the floor. Samoa Joe poses with the belt over him, which leads to the SummerSlam match, which I would like to propose. There's a lot to this, isn't there? Sorry. I would like to propose is some sort of knockout match. Not necessarily last man standing, because we've just...
Lion's Den with Ken Shamrock.
But you're pitting the instant knockout of the Trouble in Paradise versus the Coquina clutch, which is, of course, the knockout move, I guess. You make people pass out.
A lights out match, I believe, is the
stipulation. Lights out match.
So they do,
is that what it's called?
The Rock had one with Booker T once.
Oh, yeah. There you go. So it's I'm not suggesting the brawl for all. Before anybody gets that idea, this is a worked match with Samoa Joe ideally winning there with the Coquina clutch. It make it look like Kofi's won and he's knocked out, but Samoa Joe is messing, like he pretends to be knocked out. Ref's about to call for the bell, but he gets back up, Coquina clutch. I'm booking SummerSlam here as well. I've gone too far, but
who wins the Rumble?
Me.
Right.
So then Samoa Joe becomes the WWE champion on a grander stage and has a long dominant heel run.
Nice.
Yes. I want to give you a petty no.
I
just want Samoa Joe to win on Sunday, mate.
Yeah, fair. I wouldn't be anti it happening because I love Samoa Joe and Kofi has been good, but I wouldn't be bothered if I'm
going to give you a layered no as well, though.
All right,
because the whole Kofi's thing in the build up to this, while Samoa Joe's been saying whatever to him, he's been going, "I've won all my matches on my own," which apart from the Ziggler one in Saudi Arabia, which does it count? Does it not count? I don't know.
It counts.
He didn't obviously win that one by himself, but the rest of them he has, hasn't he?
Yeah.
So Joe taking out the New Day just sort of further proves Kofi's point, does it not?
Yeah, and I think that's fine because Joe should be wrong. Joe's the bad guy, he's the heel.
Oh, not in my eyes.
No, I know everybody loves the just heel, but really, shouldn't a heel be wrong? They should be a dick.
You old-fashioned man with your wrestling old-school logic.
It's like everyone always says, like, "Oh, the best heels are the ones who have got a point." No, I don't think that's true. Yeah, sometimes, sure, but I think generally heels should be wrong in their head.
Yeah.
They should be talking bollocks the whole time.
Joe should come out with a T-shirt that says, "I took out Xavier and like with a lasso." I'm trying to do like an old like NWA heel.
The other layer to my layered no is Samoa Joe picking up a shock loss, which I don't know if it just does my head in because I watch every single match he has on the main roster. But he loses all of his matches by being surprised.
He's not very good. He's not very good.
Every match he's even rolled up and it's a move comes out of nowhere and he's doing the same shocked face. It's just happened way too many times. I just don't want to see it happen again. It might just be me. I don't know. But
yeah, I guess part of it, have him be put away with the Trouble in Paradise, but get up quite quickly afterwards.
Oh.
And then, while Kofi's celebrating, he's got a kid in his arm there, selling more T-shirts or whatever.
Joe kills the kid.
Coquina clutch. The kid falls to the floor. And then he Coquina clutches the child as well.
I reckon this is against the spirit of the video. I'm going to go with what I think is going to happen right now, just quickly. I reckon Kofi's going to win with a roll-up, setting up the next thing.
Another roll-up for Joe.
Yeah. I reckon
it wouldn't surprise me at all.
I hope not.
Yeah. I'm going to go for a yes. It's a yes from me. I really like it. Don't have too much more to
yeah, sorry there was so much to it.
No, I liked it.
That was a bit...
You create a little universe.
Long-term booking? Is this the 1990s, Adam?
I felt like I was reading the synopsis of a Netflix series. It's great.
Ross, you're up.
Bearing in mind this is what we want to happen,
yeah.
I want, quite frankly, The Undertaker to Goldberg Shane McMahon and end Shane McMahon.
His career.
End the character
to
Shane
Goldberg
McMahon.
him.
Drop on his head.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I thought that's what you meant.
I thought you meant when he kicked Bret Hart and ended his career.
All that... Insert Goldberg mishap here, I guess.
Headbutt the door.
Headbutt the door. I don't know what you say. We've said it a million times, haven't we? It's a joke that's gone way too far. And again, The only bad thing about Kevin Owens' actions on this week's SmackDown is that it looks like it's set up a ready-made opponent for Shane when he's obviously pinned Roman and The Undertaker at the same time on Sunday. But I just want Shane McMahon to go away.
I agree. It's boring.
It is.
It's really boring. It's ruining both Raw and SmackDown, and we've been saying this for far too long.
Yes.
It's tedious at this point. But I'm going to say no because I think Kevin Owens showed on Tuesday that he can be the face of SmackDown, if not the face of the WWE, the everyman baby face who still does ridiculously cool stuff. So I'm happy to deal with Shane McMahon for one more month, assuming that it's Kevin Owens who put Shane away for good.
How do you see that happening?
50 stunners. And then 50 more.
You just get the beers in as well.
Yeah, do whatever.
I should say, by the way, I don't want Shane McMahon, the man, to get hurt here.
No.
I would just want the character to go away forever.
Yeah, no, so do I. But I don't want to see that happen in a tag match. I want to see him get his proper comeuppance. So, yeah, Owens, lots of stunners. The Miz comes out, skull-crushing finale. George comes out,
Boom.
gets his bit in. Who else is Shane dicked up? The Mean Street Posse.
Sami
Do a
Zayn,
poo
even though
on
he's
him.
best friends with him now, he fired him,
Yeah,
remember?
yeah.
Well, The Undertaker.
Roman's in the match.
Yeah, he could come out as well. And then they celebrate over the lifeless carcass of one Shane McMahon at SummerSlam. That should go home.
And then they perform some sort of sacrificial thing in the ring.
They skin him.
Skin him, yeah. Tie him up and burn.
Yeah.
Michael Cole, this is crazy.
Yeah, it's a no from me. Just because I want to. There's a bit more of a payoff there, but I'm as equally fed up as you, and I think Jack's the same.
It's a no from me for a different reason. Although I like that about Kevin Owens and everything, and I like the pitch, as long as it's not real Shane getting hurt. But it's a no because I feel like the biggest victim in this whole Shane ridiculous thing since the beginning has been The Miz. And I feel like if it ends now, The Miz needs to get revenge. I'm still holding out for it. I don't think it's going to happen.
I think the moment's passed with The Miz,
I
mate.
need The Miz to get revenge.
Yeah.
I can't believe he hasn't. It was fun. I was all right with him losing at WrestleMania. That's all right. But when he lost that cage match and Shane fell out of his T-shirt.
What happened in the weeks after that cage match that moved Shane on? Nothing. I can't remember.
Was it just starting teaming with Elias and Drew and bringing them out on SmackDown?
And Shane kept cropping up on both brands and starting feuds with like Roman and stuff.
Hey dear.
What a mess.
Miz needs to get Miz versus Shane buried alive at SummerSlam, and that's it. Miz beats him easily.
Shoot buried alive.
Just shoot him.
That match type.
Shoot.
Honestly,
A shoot match.
That match type terrified me as a kid. Buried alive.
Buried alive. I remember them showing how they did it on the Masked Magician.
I'd still say no. I'd be like,
Oh, you sitting there with a bloody magazine and some radio.
I'd be
it's
worried
still
about something
tight,
going
though.
wrong. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're claustrophobic as well.
I'd hate that.
All you have to do is get in, and then
It's different layers, isn't it?
No, isn't there like a
a
door in the
trapdoor.
side or a trapdoor
Yeah,
somewhere? You get
yeah.
out and then you go and sit in a room.
It's dark. I'd be like, oh, it's God. Oh dear
Imagine
me.
you're Undertaker while the soil's falling down because he lost them all, didn't he? He's sitting there having a wank.
Oh my God.
That's why he wore the glove, obviously.
By matchlight, he's like, oh dear me.
That's why the hand would come up just covered in jizz.
What a visual. That on the cover of In Your House 21. So it's two no's, unfortunately,
a shame,
on that, Ross. Sorry, but what a wonderful
Two Shane
visual that
McMahon
we'll
fans here, everybody.
Yeah, that's exactly what we are. Jack, you're up.
Let's stay with this match. Roman and Taker versus The Miz. No? What am I talking about The Miz for?
Shane.
Roman Taker versus Shane and Drew.
Yeah.
So I think that The Undertaker needs to unmask at some point in the match and reveal that he is Cedric Alexander still. Like, he's still Roman's pal. But not just that. In a startling reveal on the next night's Raw. You know when Aces and Eights happened in TNA and they had to do this big retcon video explaining everything that made sense? There's like a 4-part series on YouTube of Bully Ray explaining everything.
Yeah.
Because it was such a mess by the end. It needs to go back all the way to like just after Taker lost to Lesnar at WrestleMania 30 and reveal that Cedric has been the Undertaker for all this time. Since 2014, he's assumed the mantle of the Undertaker. He just doesn't move as quite fast because the suit's bigger than he is.
How dare you make a mockery of this concept of a show.
Oh.
There are a couple of physical attributes that differ between Cedric Alexander and The Undertaker. One being the height, of course.
Yeah, but yeah.
Okay, so where does this leave Cedric after?
I'll be honest with you, I hadn't thought this through. Right? I hadn't thought this fully through.
I'm not trying to be a killjoy. I'm just trying to work out what you're saying.
No, I fully appreciate you pulling me up on this one because I'll be honest, I haven't. I've kind of crapped the bed on my third.
I'll say it's a no from me.
Do you want to have like Drew pin the Undertaker and that's set up a SummerSlam match? Just have that one.
Well, no. Cedric's the Undertaker and has been since Undertaker lost to Lesnar because Undertaker did retire then, as he should have done. And Cedric's the one who main evented against Roman, wrestled in Saudi Arabia and all that. It's all been Cedric.
So that presumably sets up a match between Cedric and the Undertaker because Cedric is made...
It's a fake Undertaker storyline again. Yeah,
at SummerSlam as well.
Yeah.
SummerSlam. Because Cedric has made the Undertaker look like a mug over the past few years, noticeably worse than he was.
Well, Cedric can't move that well in a 7-foot bodysuit. That's why.
Oh, it's a bodysuit, right? Okay.
Well, he takes off the helmet, the top of it.
The helmet,
and then steps out of it. The whole thing.
How can you imagine?
I mean, they've never been seen in the same place twice.
Well, yeah, they never wrestle in the same matches, those two.
Don't think Undertaker did 205 live at any point. I think so.
Oh, well, then Buddy Murphy unmasked and he's been the Undertaker this whole time. Buddy Murphy's not a real person.
Okay, who's Kane? Still Kane?
Kane is Snitsky.
Snitsky, yeah, that makes sense.
They wrestled loads of the same matches.
Oh, yeah, Gulak.
Yeah, Kane's Gulak.
What are we on about? It's a no from me, Jack.
Yeah, it's a no from me as well.
Okay.
Tyler Breeze is Kenny Omega.
Okay, my pitch is Seth and Becky to break up after winning the titles.
After winning?
After winning, yeah, because I don't want to see Baron and Lacey.
Before you continue, can I just say this on camera? Because I said it out there. I think it's fake.
The relationship?
Yeah, I was just watching. Kathy Kelly was on the red carpet at that ESPYs Awards yesterday or the day before, whatever day it was, and she was doing interviews with the superstars who were there. 20 seconds Seth Rollins and Becky were on screen, just arm in arm like that. And twice Seth says, my lovely girlfriend, Becky, in 20 seconds. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's not natural.
No, it's not. But nothing that Seth Rollins does is natural at all.
But that was the first time, because obviously you've read it online, but that was the first time I thought, that's just not...
I think they've been told to do that. That's my thinking on it. This is not just because it plays into the storylines, but WWE, it will attract
I feel so bad for them, though, me.
Yeah, this plays into what I'm saying now, in fact, because neither of them have ever been this uncool. Like, it's gone, isn't it? Seth Rollins is just a bell end. And I'm not even talking about the Twitter stuff. He's just not cool anymore. It's lame as hell. Becky has lost all of her fire, or whatever you want to call it, because she's not cool anymore. It's just lame. It's really, really lame. So, the one that I want to save between those two is Becky Lynch, because I'm not a big Seth Rollins fan. Yeah. Even though he's a great wrestler. But I think there's still hope for Becky. So she dumps him for not being enough of a man, or something like that.
Maria?
This isn't a huge part of it. But
then she goes off with Maria.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. Just get them apart on screen, because it's so... It's lame, isn't it? It's really lame. But that's not it. Seth is in the ring. Tears are streaming down his face, covering the Universal title at his feet. He is a pathetic mollusk.
You're saying that these are like the WCPW scripts.
Did this happen to you in real life sometime?
He's there. He looks utterly pathetic. The crowd are just like chanting. They're throwing like the NWO days, like stuff like that.
One of his balls falls out. Yeah.
Pisses his pants. It's all good stuff. He's rubbish. He is rubbish, and everyone knows it. Everyone in the arena just taking the piss out of this flame-wearing loser. At this point, the lights go out.
Whoa!
They come back on. 20 seconds later, the belt is gone. It's no longer at his feet. In its place is a child's toy Universal belt. But not just that, he is surrounded by hundreds and hundreds of Bray Wyatt figures. Finally, Bray Wyatt has made his debut. He's stolen the belt.
Where's he?
That Seth shouldn't have anyway.
Is he up in the raft? Where is he? Is he on the ramp?
Maybe you hear him cackling or appear briefly on the
He's not actually there,
or something like that. No, he comes out the next night on Raw. Or something. I haven't thought this part through that much. But basically, my thinking is that Bray Wyatt, the debut, feels a bit overdue now. They can't just keep doing this puppet popping up in the back. They've run out of pre-taped Firefly Funhouse episodes. Let's do it on Sunday when lots and lots of people are watching. Have him take the belt, which he should win at SummerSlam from Seth Rollins, and let's just forget the whole thing ever happened. I'm always really unfair to Seth. I know he's a very, very good wrestler. He's just not that. enjoyable.
He is the wrong side of cringy as a babyface, isn't he, with what he says? Yeah. And I know that's not his fault, like probably.
He was a great cringy heel.
Maybe.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah. Definitely suits that role a lot better. Yeah. I agree. It's time.
Yeah.
It is time. There's still a lot of unanswered questions when it comes to Bray Wyatt, and I want to know the answers.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with the bones of it. I agree with Bray and Seth at SummerSlam and Bray probably winning. But I don't... The piss in the pants and stuff.
Well, you encouraged me there,
yeah, I did,
Jack, in fairness.
It was like Vincent Draws. Yeah, do it!
I hope he makes noises when he cries as well.
And they put him in eye makeup as well, so you can really see it.
Bit of guy liner.
Just focus on the two positives here. And one is that Bray has debuted and that he is straight into the main event picture, which a lot of people said that couldn't happen because it's not that sort of gimmick, it's not main event gimmick or whatever. And the other being that Seth and Becky have broken up and we don't have to see that bollocks anymore.
I'd rather that Seth and Becky didn't break up and they just quietly stopped being involved in each other's storylines.
Yes.
Because I think that if you break them up... Why am I taking this seriously? I think if you break them up, then it makes Seth look like stupid and it makes Becky look harsh.
Yeah, she's a tweener though, isn't she?
No.
She's the man.
Yeah.
She's
I think that's fair as well. Okay.
But I'll give the bones of it a yes, but the flesh of it a no.
So I think the winner is Ross, maybe with 2.8.
Do we also?
I have no idea.
It's like whose line is it anyway? Yeah.
Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Let us know your pitches in the comments down below. We have WTF coming up on Monday. We've got Graded on Monday. We've got What Happened At on Monday.
We've got
loads of bloody
the
stuff.
AEW stream on Saturday.
AEW stream with 100% of the proceeds going to charity.
Going to victim support.
Straight to Hell. What day is that?
Straight to Hell is on Sunday.
Ooh,
with one of the Going in Raw lads, Steve. And yeah, thanks for tuning in.
Yeah.
See ya.
Thanks for watching. Let us know what you think in the comments down below. You can follow us on Twitter @Cultaholic. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Cultaholic. If you enjoy what we do here at Cultaholic, you can pledge to us on Patreon. That's patreon.com/Cultaholic. And most importantly, don't forget to hit subscribe and join us.